Spinning. Oh, I'm live. There we go. Sweet. Hello, everybody. We're going to cover a bunch of things tonight. It is the Market Watch, and I'm here, unfortunately, without my co-host, Will, who is in Japan for his second week. I hope he's having a good time there. One day I will travel over there. It's one of the countries I want to go to because why not, right? So yeah, we're gonna cover a bunch of things tonight. I'm gonna do my best to stay on track. I actually Will would be super proud of me right now because I actually have a list of things I want to cover, and then we'll go through those, and then we'll take some chart requests, right? So that's how we're gonna do this. But for the moment, we're gonna start with the macro overview, and I want to share this with other people. Hold on one second here. So got to get better about this. The whole tech thing. Hold on here. Let's go. All right, we're gonna do that. I'm gonna share it to the Twitter because the Twitter, I'm gonna put some type of hook that makes people want to come, even though it's ridiculous for me to say. Here we go. Let's do this. I know when alt season is coming. There we go. Come find out on the Market Watch. That is very. I don't know. No one knows. No one knows when all season's coming. Okay, macro. Let's do this. So I'm tired. Had a long weekend. Trip with my dad. New Hampshire was awesome. And I just got back late last night. Today's been a long day. I need to remember to talk to Alex and be like, "Yo, maybe Monday's not the best time." No, we're good. I'm just tired. So I don't want to go through all the macro from just the overarching, the government shutdown, the speculation on XYZ. It's just that no one knows. And there's so many variables moving around right now. For me, the best thing I can do is just look at charts. So it gives me some perspective and be aware of the scenarios where certain things can go. I'm sorry for those on TikTok. You get that reflection on the screen. It's driving me absolutely insane, but I can't do anything about it. So I'm sorry. With that said, I'm going to go through stocks first, or just at least the macro. We'll do the S&P 500, NASDAQ, gold, silver, DXY, and then we'll do Bitcoin and a couple of themes I'm seeing in crypto. And I do have a thesis on where I believe if there was an alt season, where it would come and how it would come. But it will be very clear and you'd have time to make decisions. So right now, still in kind of this watching mode. I hope all these things are working. So, all right, here we go. So S&P 500. So the S&P 500 last week had this nasty sell-off. I'm going to change my colors here a little bit. Right. So here was this dump, and this was on Thursday. This was on Thursday going into the weekend. That's right. I remember this. This recovery is absolutely insane, and there were reasons I can't remember why this initially triggered. There was a catalyst. I can't remember specifically what it was, but regardless, even if I had no perspective of what was going on in the world or was following Twitter, I could just tell by looking at this chart that the S&P 500 has recovered very well after this. What's this pullback here? Where are my drawing tools? Here they are. My drawing tools are here. After this 2.5% pullback, super strong. I can't deny it. And we are back up close to all-time highs, which is just absolutely insane. I still can't believe we are here. But here is my all right. This whole upper region to me is still bullish, right up here. This was the first the other day outside of this back on 1010. This was the big sell-off. Outside of that, this has been the first kind of sense of weakness that we've seen since then. And it's proven strong recovery. I mean, this is the level. Here's your level right here. If you want to write down a piece of paper, let's do 6775 is a key level. Trading above that, I won't say bullish. I'm just saying that it's fine, right? I mean, like I want to say bullish, but I can't justify why market should go up any higher. But whatever. But there's your bullish case. Like just continue up. I would be cautious if we do get a breakdown again and starts trading below here, something like that. As of right now, like I don't anticipate that. I have to give me a reason to think that, and we'll go there. But right now, nice bounce. NASDAQ looks the same. Don't care right now. Also, stocks to me all look the same. So I'm kind of just like, kind of boring. All right, let's do this. Here is my kind of my perspective of keeping things in check across crypto and the dollar. Actually, I take that back. Let's go to gold and silver first. That's right. That's important. So haven't been talking about gold a lot at all the last couple of weeks until it was on Thursday. Wednesday, it was Thursday. Like I have them out of the corner of my eye. So like up here, I have a monitor that has S&P 500, NASDAQ, the Dow Jones. I don't know why it's the wasted index. The Russell 2000, probably the most important one out of all of those, especially for you crypto people. Bitcoin, ETH, Sol, and whatever the flavor of the week is with the alt I'm following, which is hype right now. I'll probably change that to something more DEX related because DEXs are hot at the moment. Gold, silver, the 10-year yield, and the dollar. Those are kind of like my things that are just open above me all day when I'm at work, and they're on high time frames, like 4 hours, 12 hours, because it just kind of gives me like a pulse of the market without having to pay attention to anything and without having really have to look at a chart. I kind of can just stare up and get okay, cool. With that said, gold and silver the last couple of days have piqued my interest. Out of my periph, have seen that, and they're moving. Gold was the leader previously of the metals, for at least the ones I was following. And I still expect it to kind of give us the guide, the direction of where it's going next. Now, this move is really nice. We're coming up to resistance. The sell-off that was on, what's this, the 20th of October? This was nasty, right? So as price gets back up here, you have to expect there's going to be some type of, pullback because there's a lot of supply sitting over here. This has been a nice move so far. So as of right now, gold, maybe something like this. That'd be nice. Then a bounce up here. Then you kind of get that move down. This, to me, this area is going to be super important to watch because most are expecting gold. This is like a bearish retest where this was the breakdown. Said, hey, the whole gold rally is over because gold's been going up since, oh my gosh, since September has been an absolute monster. Would kind of say, hey, it's over. I'm not convinced yet. So there are the other scenarios, right, where we do just continue up, but a lot has to happen for that scenario to play out. But is one I'm watching. Just so the takeaway from here is don't buy gold right now, because if you wanted to get in, you missed the entry, it was down here. Just let this kind of play out, and we'll get a feel for how it reacts up in this area here. Silver, also just a monster. Oh my gosh, yo. I've been watching this. Silver's crazy. Yeah. Yeah, where's my chat at? I need to look at the chat here. TikTok chat is, yo, what's up? Okay. All right. So I'm back on track. Got distracted. Silver approaching resistance, same thing as gold. Maybe continues up tomorrow, next couple of days, but I would expect some type of pullback here. And then we'll get clarity on where it goes next. But super strong. Copper, the other one I've been following lately. This thing looks, started putting pictures of copper because I got to remember what it is. My best drawing copper here picture. So I was, now I'm looking at it, I was more bullish. Not that I'm, because this sell-off was just so nasty. It still has to overcome that, but seeing a little bit of weakness here, like kind of coming over the top like this. So, maybe a pullback down here. Take out all these. I don't think that scenario is going to happen. As of right now, I'm bullish on silver. I think silver silver above $5, bullish. That's it. If it breaks down below $5, then we'll revisit it. But I'm not gonna. There is a scenario down here that could play out, but if I zoom out, this thing it's a beast, just like the others. Metals are giving guidance here. We'll move to crypto in a minute. See, crypto markets are actually making a little move at the moment. All right. We are now going back to, this is my level setting for crypto. Whoa, I just moved the screen a lot there on the TikTok. I'm using the dollar as a proxy for where markets, I believe, are going to move. It's almost like confluence. That's live confluence. So I'm going to go the dollar first, and we're going to zoom out, and we're going to remember this. The dollar is that previous periods where we saw the dollar. Everyone on TikTok's getting screwed. Can't really see anything. Sucks. Sorry. The dollar in the past, let's say since 2018, has had this nice kind of double bottoming effect. 2018, 2021, and right now it looks like it's forming that way in year 2025. When the dollar gets bullish and gets strong, other markets like risk-on markets, stock market, crypto does not like that. These are your bigger moves. This was the big move when crypto got absolutely destroyed way back when. So just by looking at it, when you zoom out, I have to assume, and I've said this last week, and I'm still going to keep it. My current thesis, I have to assume that this is going to at least come up in this area, like 102 to 105. Which, if I'm looking historically, and these other ones is kind of this area, right? Kind of this area here. So it's just the same, just based on how I'm seeing it, right? Just like that. And if it does something different, if it does, hey, this time is different, and there is a rejection here and does this, okay, so be it. But we can observe when that happens. We're just right now, it's just have to assume business as usual until that gives us more clarity. With that said, even though right now this looks bullish up, doesn't mean that it can't have, this is a weekly chart, so each candle represents 1 week. That's why if you look on the x-axis down here, we're looking at 2015 all the way to 2025. That is, it's a macro picture, right? So lower level time frame moves can obviously go in other directions, which would give triggers for other markets to move in the inverse direction, which is where we're going DXY. Okay, I'm going to move on. Killing me. Fucking yapping over here. Okay. The dollar. So here's, if you're on the chart we were just looking at, right? So this one here, imagine we're zooming in right now. We're zooming in to here. Let's do this. Let's make this blue. We are zooming in to this area. It's kind of double bottom, right? Zoom in, boom, over here. So the left-hand side of this chart, which everyone on TikTok cannot see, imagine you could see it, is a double bottom essentially for the dollar. I have next to it Bitcoin, which people on TikTok can see. And this is essentially my kind of inverse play. So right now we're gonna do a deep dive into Bitcoin in a moment. So we'll talk about where it is and where it's bouncing from. It's bouncing from 99,000. It's a great number. It's also on a can. Looking for like this move up, like bullishness for a couple weeks heading into Thanksgiving, the end of for those who celebrate, and for towards the end of November. To supplement that as confluence is looking for the dollar to pull back. So the dollar to show weakness, which it already did. So I drew this line on Wednesday last week, actually Tuesday, maybe Wednesday, whatever. Wednesday or Tuesday last week is looking for this kind of pullback, just because, hey, looking at the market structure and looking at this just makes sense. So that would align perfectly. And I'm trying to manifest this too, because it'd be great if we get a nice, couple weeks of bullishness for crypto heading into the December. But that is where let's play this scenario out. I'll dive into Bitcoin in a minute and like what I think can happen in the short term. But let's say I'm thinking right now over the medium term. I'm thinking around the next 2-3 weeks would be looking for that move to happen. So it's really just trying to keep, that's my guidance. Imagine it's almost like bumpers. Like if you're bowling because you suck. Like, I mean, still use bumpers. No, I use bumpers. I try to like spin the ball like I know what I'm doing. Me even talking like I've been bowling anytime in the last 5 years, which I have not. Bowling's sweet though. Yeah, we should do bowling more. ADHD, it's gone. What were we talking about? I don't know. Yes. So looking for this move. And then at this point, so let's just say this plays out. Then we're looking for this to be a bull trap. And the reason is, and I'll show you with crypto in a moment, because crypto obviously like took a beating on 10/10 on October 10th. and those levels it will revisit is going to be a very challenging level if it makes it there. That would line up perfectly with where this is, and would almost assume it's a big bull trap. When I say bull trap, that means that, hey, the timeline on Twitter is everyone is like is euphoric, because also too everyone in crypto right now is absolutely beaten, bruised. Like, I'm pretty sure no one has any money left. There's only like 10 people on my timeline, but they're still, they're still around. And anytime there's a sense of like you get a green candle for a day, it's like, yo, we're back. Probably the McRib drop today. McRib actually is a signal from the past of bullishness. It's a fun fact. But it's almost like everyone's been pulled in so many directions that if you were to get like 2 weeks of really nice move, which we haven't seen in a while, people would be very, very euphoric, even though they're very down. If I was a market maker, if I was the person on the other side of the trade and was like, yo, I could change the dial and like decide when I would want to create pain, I would do it then, right? I would do it then. Now, I'm not saying that's going to happen, but that lines up with the retest of the higher levels, which we'll show in a minute. And so until then, it says look, right? Looking for a risk on bull trap does not mean I'm saying, hey, this is absolutely going to happen. If any streamer, anyone's telling you this is going to happen, they're full of shit. Like, I'm gonna tell you right now, I have no idea what's going to happen ever. I can just tell you, I'm like, hey, these candles, they're going this way, like kind of looks like that. And these are the reasons why I think it's going to continue. And that means I think this. That's my expert technical analysis. And that's how everyone should be. I'm like, obviously not like that, but like maybe use some math and some logic and the rule book, the playbook of TA, or just stare at charts for long enough, you just start seeing shit, whatever. But be objective, try not to have a bias. Like, yeah, I would love for everything to go up. I want everyone to make money. It'd be fantastic. But October 10th was a very difficult day. And crypto's still alive, but we'll see. All right, so let's dive into Bitcoin, and I'll stop talking about freaking macro shit and give you some pictures. Okay. Let's see here. Not that one. That's some graphics. Let's go here. We have so much stuff to cover. Oh my gosh, there's so many things going on. Can't find it. All right, we're gonna go with this. All right, let's go to Bitcoin here. All right, Bitcoin. Let's make sure the TikTok people can see it. Definitely don't want to stay here. All right. So where's the big sell-off? Let's zoom out. Let's zoom out. Zoom out. Talk about 10-10, right? That's over here. Here we go. That was the big day when we fell off a cliff. I'm going to mark this because why not? Here we go. 121. 121. I'll make that purple for now. And people in the TikTok world can't see it at all. I'm sorry. What if I do this? There we go. That helps a little bit. Okay, cool. I better be sharing on the StreamYard too, by the way. I think I am. Yeah, okay, cool. All right. All right. Okay, there's that key level. Keep it in mind, right? Okay. Bitcoin's like in a range, dude. A couple. It's like I'm like looking at this for the first time. All right. So we sold off. Lows are down here. It's different by exchange. It's different by product. If it's a spot market or if it's a perp market, it's different. So this low could be different, but it's just down here. It's down here, right? That's where it was. Bitcoin went sideways after the sell-off. And then the other day we had another kind of challenge, to say the least. Here it is. Here. Kind of fell off this little ledge here too. There are little ledges everywhere. And let's do this. Ew. Got the saxophone in the background. We're going to do chart requests in a little bit. Don't worry. Okay. Second level here fell off, right? And this move down was nice because this move down took out lows from the week of the sell-off, and I don't want to go into when I say take out lows what that means, but we basically moved down to this lower region. Let's make this red here. We'll just highlight these. Let's just make some colors. I'm sorry, everyone on TikTok. I just although you are my favorite app and have the best engagement with communities and people are you know, I want to say normal, but like living in the world of crypto every day, and Twitter is just there's different folks. Send to the back. Boom. Send to the back. So we're in this red region for the moment. Crypto Bitcoin made a nice bounce. Like this is both at 99 here. Like there's like a double bottom at 99K. Like I couldn't, it's scripted so beautifully. We love it. With that said, if I'm being honest, like just overall, like I would anticipate that we still make a move lower. I'm just going to put that out there. Like there's a part of, it's not bias. It's almost just like expected that we would revisit these lows. When I say that, again, like thinking as a market maker, it'd be too easy for this to be the bottom. Or maybe not. You can say this time's different. Yeah, fine. But like I just would expect these to be challenged because this bounce was pretty easy to catch for anyone last week. Or sorry, last week, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. Now, obviously, there's a lot of people expecting the pullback. I mean, I think there's enough cases on both sides. Like it's kind of this balance where I could go on Twitter and I could find both bear and bull case probably equally now, if I'm being honest, just off the top of my head, thinking about, you know what, that's actually something I want to write down here. It's an app thing I want to do. I want the sentiment bull bear, because the whole fear and greed index, actually, I don't want to go down that path. I don't want to talk about that indicator right now. It's overused. Also, too, how's the M2 money supply doing? Anyone who is out there promoting that thing, anyone pull it up. If you haven't seen the M2 money supply, it does not align with crypto anymore. So that was a whole bunch of just BS. Anyway, I just heard it so much. Sorry, it just drove me crazy, grinds my gears. So Bitcoin also too, as I'm looking at this, there's a downtrend, right, from that sell-off. I believe this would be expected area weakness here, like right here where we are right meow. Right meow in this purple. Like I would expect assume a rejection sort of here and then do this. Now, it doesn't mean that we would go down. This would be looking for a higher low here maybe. But I think we get another move down here. Like somewhere in the mid 90s. Like at least tapping into these lows at 99K. And then would want to see that bigger move up. That would come up here. So let's say we get that move. Let's play this out now. Try to clean this up a little bit so there's not too much noise. I don't like too much noise on the screen. That this does something like this, right? It comes down here and then down here, wherever it is. I'm not trying to say catch the bottom. Just let it play out because it's going to be crazy price action. You're going to get the exchanges. Like this thing falls below 100K for even like a couple hours. These bounce pretty nice. Like there'll be some markets and some like that'll trigger some, you know, a lot of large institutional bots or market makers and algorithms to sell. Because it's just a key level. It's a psychological level. It's 100K, right? So expect a significant amount of volatility. Highly do, again, this scenario, do not use leverage. Don't even try to use leverage. Don't try to catch the knife here because it's just not worth it. If Bitcoin and crypto are going to do the things that I think some believe, and I would go either way, we'll talk about that later, and does make one kind of big final move, or this is the beginning of alt season, whatever narrative you want to tell yourself, fine. There's so many opportunities to get in, right? If like you buying at 90K versus 100K, in the end doesn't matter if your target's 140, 150. The amount of risk, the amount of stress, and just like trying to catch that and like, oh yeah, I want to buy lower. Yeah, of course you do. Who doesn't? But it's just not worth it because it'd be much easier to wait. And I'll show you here. So I'm going to put this. We'll mark this at the And we'll do 100K to make it easy. 100. Yeah, I'll make this the red line. I don't want red. Let's do blue. So let's say you get the move down here. Again, don't care. I'm not going to set. Maybe it's 88. Maybe it's 92.5. Maybe it hits that CME gap. I don't care. I don't care. Doesn't matter to me. I just care that it comes back up quickly, like within like a, you know, less than days, hours, ideally, and reclaims this level that it lost. And then this is where, in my opinion, like for someone like as a kind of trading what you see or wanting to build spot, is the time to consider a position, right? Like here, where if you look at where we, and I'll put some bricks here. Where are my bricks? Where's my emojis? Boom, brick. I'll look at chats in a minute here. I know people are sending notes in the chat, and I appreciate that. I'm sorry, TikTok people. One day, like it's better than last week. You didn't see the chart at all. Now it's just half there and kind of blurry and moving and shaking, and it's giving me anxiety even looking at it. I just can't do it. And what if I do this? What if I move this a little bit like this? That's a little better. Yeah, that works. Okay, here are the bricks, right? So you basically want to like imagine this is a floor of a house in a way. Let's do this. Can I make it brown? Oh, we're just going to do some building here. All right. So again, if crypto falls below, now my bricks, can't see my bricks now. I can't see the bricks. If it falls through this floor down here, so be it, right? We don't care. Bounce, come back up, and then create a mini brick like this. Like prove that you're able, this is a horrible example. It's going wrong here, but whatever. You're back in the house because somehow the floor gave out, but you're back on that foundation and you're proven, hey, I have strength. Price being accepted. It means there are buyers above 100K because they felt the need for FOMO because they saw Bitcoin bounce from down here. And they're like, hey, I want to buy now. Like also too, I know a lot of big swing traders, like they trade this exact way where they're like waiting for strength. Like those are the three things for me for the most part. Strength is number one thing. Two is reclaiming of key levels. And a bonus is you're breaking a downtrend at the same time. So that's like this. So you'd be strength from the bottom, boom, move up, reclaim a level you lost, print some bricks, print some support. And like, oh, you also broke this downtrend that's been since October, late October. That's a triple. That's a triple deke. Does that work? No, that was a reach. That was a reach. I'm looking at crypto right now. We just have a pretty nasty 1 hour candle. Looks like it's starting to print. All right, so that's the current scenario for Bitcoin. We'll jump over to other charts in a minute here because things looks like they're going to be moving. I think down before up. And that's it. So that's all I got. All right. Let's do ETH, Sol. Then we'll do some of the memes, some of the other markets I'm looking at, and then we'll take requests. It's 8:40. Kind of keep my eye on the clock here. So let's zoom in with ETH. Actually, I'll make a bigger picture on ETH here. No one's gonna like this picture. Oh, it's not showing up. Where is it? There it is. Yo, this is the hey, that's a gross picture of ETH view where we've been in a range since March 2024, up and down. I say range for those who don't know. Like it just kind of it's like staying in this range. The range is here. That's the range left to right. It's parallel in this case. And in the range, and then anytime for outside of this range here, you can call it deviation from the range. Then we're back in the range. By the way, if you were someone who had patience, these are like the easiest markets to trade. If you're looking at this, like people who just trade ranges, you just wait for a move out of the range. And then once you get back in, again, we were just talking a minute ago about proving like a floor, like a brick, a foundation right here. In this case with ETH, you had like, I don't know, months to buy ETH. Regardless. So this then moving up, top of the range, breakout, deviation, and now we're back in the range. So right now we are mid-range, and I just realized that the folks on TikTok cannot see the price anymore, which is important. There we go. Yep. Okay, there we go. Move this down a little bit. Cool. Okay. We are now mid-range, so our middle level here, which is a very nice bounce. And ETH looks good here. If I'm being like, it's also forming kind of like a wedge, got a wedge going here. So let's get away with the fear mongering here with these deviations. Let's get back to a lower time frame, and I'm going to change this chart because it's too messy. Please hold. ETH. Let's do ETH. Why can't I see my perps? Oh my! Did we just find a squiggle? We just found a squiggle. August. Wow. All right, we have to dissect this really quick. Hold on. We drew this in August because this was the top. This is a 3-day chart on ETH. So we're up here. This is obviously resistance, and these are my squiggles. Yeah, this was, hey, if we get above breakouts all-time highs and we prove we can stay up here, this is a long up here. But this one was just because of this whole shape here, like more inclined than not to think that this was going to come back, just because it just made this massive move from the lows. This is April. This was after all the Liberation Day. But yes, this is when we thought it was all over. And this is when I was right for 4 months straight and then was wrong for 2 months. Got to recognize your mistakes. I was expecting this pullback, and I'm gonna hit play here on the. Let's speed this up here. Let's play let's see the replay here. Let's go. Come on, there it goes. Right, so broke out. So as I'm looking at this was the long right here. So this little scenario with this blue squiggle, this one is really more compressed. It's just for visual purposes. This wasn't like an actual market structure. It was say you could long here, right? But let's keep going. So stayed above there, stayed above the 4K key level. Oh, actually, that was spot on. Like they had multiple times to get in, and then broke down. That's where we're at right now. The reason I'm pulling this chart up is not because of this here. It's because of this. Like this kind of fit right nice in this pocket. I don't care that it took, that it went up before it came down here. Let's make this pocket. Let's do this let's make this green. Like right in the pocket. And this would be like a great time to bounce. Now, more ideally, it would have happened here than this big move up and down, because obviously there's a lot more kind of momentum going with it on this pullback. So I don't want to imply with what I just showed that I'm expecting ETH to bounce right now, because obviously I still think we're going to come back and hit these lows here. But I would just say, I'm going to undo here. This pocket area is the pocket we don't want to lose. Where's the home? Where's the other one? There it is. Where does this go to? 2,900. Huh. The lowest of the day. Actually, I think pretty close. I think an ETH in this scenario of a bigger pullback, of retesting the lows, and ETH from 2,900 to 2,600 is not out of the question, but would be so fast that you wouldn't even see it unless you had orders set. So again, not trying to catch that falling knife. And let's go back to looking for a clean chart so I can keep my focus on what I really want to look at. Okay, here we go. All right. So ETH, second sell-off here, that was at the beginning of November. We kind of have had this. Let's go here. So these were the lows from, this was around Halloween. Let's also too, sometimes talking through dates and giving them like a benchmark. I'm sorry, I'm losing my voice here. Oh, where's a pumpkin? There's no pumpkin. Where's the pumpkin? I'm going to lose my train of thought here. Why can't this be in order? What's this? It's orange. All right, there we go. Imagine this is a pumpkin. It's Halloween. All right. It's a sad pumpkin. This was Halloween. Bounce. Then this pullback. This was a retest of the lows from Peach Halloween. And then this breakdown again. So this is a key level. So 3687 is a key level. that is we have to reclaim for ETH to go higher. Is like you want to get back up here and mark your levels. You mark your levels. That's like all the TI you actually need is just to know some levels. So you broke down, and then since then it's kind of been this rising channel-esque like this. And usually just based on like how markets move and like the momentum of things, you would expect continuation. Like, so right now, since, October, we've been in this, even further back, this downtrend. It's like price is going down to the bottom right-hand corner of the screen. I know I'm getting really messy here and I apologize, but it is what it is. Would expect that you'd have some continuation until there's a very clear reversal. And usually something like this, where this wedge is coming up, it's just slowly grinding up. This was a nice double bottom, I'm not gonna lie. Slowly grinding up and now is challenging this peach pumpkin level here. We're gonna make this orange just because I gotta kind of keep the theme here. So this was the key level that was lost. So we basically are determining right now over the next probably couple days, does price deserve to be back above here? Like removing all of this and saying, hey, this is done. We're back to where we were on Halloween and we want to continue back up. This was a nice move the last week. And you can already tell if I zoom in here, this is a 1 hour chart. Let me get off the replay here for the moment. You can see there's already a lot of selling, like a lot of selling. You can see that this big wick here. So I zoom in, here we go. We'll zoom into a 15-minute chart because why not? Here we go. So again, we were started out and we zoomed in. So right now we're like, we got to get through that orange level and prove that we deserve to be trading above there. And this looks nice. Like, this is a break of a downtrend. This nice move up, reclaim these. It's pretty nice for the moment. But the question is, does it have enough strength to get up here and stay up here? I think we'll see. This is what I'm watching. So like right now, even though I say like, hey, I think we're going lower, gotta just wait to see what we see here. If this hourly candle, even this candle itself, this hourly candle ends up pretty nasty and it closes somewhere below 35, 50, somewhere down here, I think that's very bearish and you start expecting a move down. But it's hanging in there. So we'll check in at the end of the stream, but still think lower. But hey, prove me wrong. Well, or change my bias, short-term bias, right? Okay, we're going to Sol. We're going to speed things up because I'm taking way too long and I need to get to more charts. Let's go to this. Short was perfect, by the way. Obviously, was not stopped out. Looks like it was, but it was not. All right, Sol looks more like a basket. Kind of see this. Sol have a bigger sell-off than the other markets. Sol's like kind of this cup. It's like a basket here. Or it's almost like you're in a tub. I was getting this analogy yesterday, actually. It's like, oh, you're going to spill over? Because it's got this is just gross. I mean, Sol's strong. Don't get me wrong. There's a lot of strong markets right now. Like random alts are also very strong, which we're going to go through a bunch of those. But again, I think too easy. Too easy for this to be the bottom for crypto before it goes higher. So, and if anyone's asking, like, I get the question a lot. It's like, Doug, it's like, when will you be bullish again on X market? Let's just say Sol. I'll be bullish on Sol again once we get back to 1010. So I've said this on multiple streams. Take your favorite altcoin, whatever, and go mark on a chart. TradingView is free. That's what I'm using right now, tradingview.com. You create this thing. It's called a horizontal ray on the drawing tool. Just it's going to be perfect. Just like mark, where did the thing die? And so Sol is at 218. So until Sol can get back up above 218, I can't be bullish. I can be bullish on like saying like, hey, Sol can make moves down here, like a small move here, pull back here and up. Like it could be bullish in like but like To be bullish, like, hey, alt season on and like things are just everything up only, get back up here and prove to me you can stay up here, because that's going to be the most important time. And I know I kind of mentioned this earlier, but didn't actually really touch on it. Whenever these alts that we're talking about, again, name your favorite alt, when if price gets back up to this level, that's going to be you have to expect there's going to be rejection. You have to. This is going back to the DXY example I started with early on compared to Bitcoin, that if we find a bottom down here, which I still believe we will, wherever it is, it'll be a couple weeks of just up only, and everyone's going to be so bullish. But can that bullishness, and is there a reason for price to move back above those levels, is going to be the time where I guarantee your bigger traders are going to be opening swing shorts, hoping that the bears are hoping that this is the bearish retest of this, being like, hey, this is the last opportunity for the chart nukes, or it flips it and then we continue back up. But that's going to be an important time, and I'll make sure that we are, obviously Will and I will be on top of that, of when these bearish retests happen, because it's going to be a very, very important time to pay attention to it. And even too, if you're someone who's like, hey, I'm not convinced, like, you say your crypto's dead to you and you're like, I've lost so much, I don't want to buy new stuff. Like, using this as like a level, like you go away for months possibly and come back and like, when, hey, is Solana trading above 220? No, okay, it's dead to me. I'm exaggerating for a fact, right? But like, it's like there's no the FOMO part of the equation. If there was an alt season, Sol would do 350, 400 things that we've all been expecting. But until we get back to where we died and where things fell off, you're just trying to gauge, manage risk, survive, preserve capital, take some scalps here and there, dollar cost average into your favorite positions or your favorite markets. But honestly, we just need more clarity. And I would say the last week especially has been nice. Like, this has been a nice kind of bottom that has been forming for Sol. But you can also go back to here from October, where you see, hey, we did go sideways and it looked like a nice bottom was forming here, right here. But then we came back up and we just nuked over here. So like, what if I told you this? What if I told you Sol's going to go sideways all the way through the rest of the year and just drive everyone insane? What if it went all the way through 2026? I'm joking, but like, I'm not, like, it's like there's trying to gauge, like, there's no need for FOMO. There'll be so much clarity when things are back. I've seen hints of that we're back, but definitely not back. Okay, last things I want to cover, and then we'll do chart requests. So one thing that will be, all right, I didn't tell you what I think with Sol. So Sol, I think this also does kind of roll over here. Maybe one more kind of move up, and then this. And then Sol, I think, comes down here, retests the lows, 142. I don't know what's down here. 150 to 135, something like that. Really don't want to go down that far, if I'm being honest. Maybe it's just a, quick little move here like that. But yeah, so let's move on from Sol for the moment. What I want to pay attention to is I'm gonna call them segments now. Let's call them, I don't know, DeFi. Let's call them sectors. So I'm gonna go to Dinos first. So if you haven't been paying attention, Zcash has been an absolute beast. Considering Zcash a Dino coin because it was around before I was in crypto. And everyone calls them Dino coins like they're OGs, so it's not just because of me, but that's how that's it. Oh wow, I had drawings back here then. Sorry, I'm gonna skip over here. So Zcash, crazy move. Do not chase this. This thing is insane, and this kind of gives two vibes, and that's why I kept saying Dinos. Back in the day, when all markets move, when there was alt season of 2021 and like the things that were back then, when you saw these types of markets pumping out of nowhere, most of the time it was like a top signal, because it was almost like, hey, it was a last effort for market makers or, to players to attract retail in before it moves things down. It's just weird for them now to be moving, especially Zcash. And there's other narratives too. It's not just me just looking at technicals and making a comparison to that, but it's almost like it's a reverse way where it's like it's because we didn't have an alt season. We didn't have everything go up only and be very easy. Now we had pockets of alt seasons, like especially like the AI, your AI, oh my gosh, your AI agents last summer was like insane. It was 20 last summer, crazy moves. There's like a $20 billion market came out of nowhere. Obviously meme coins, which they're a different conversation, but like there were alt season, but it wasn't the alt season that we were used to, which is the hot markets of this given cycle are the ones who are moving. So last cycle, let's call it from October 2023, was Injective Protocol, Render, FET, AGIX, Solana, obviously the ones that was the AI kind of early stages of AI, which at that point, if you bought NVIDIA, it'd been a great time. But no, we were chasing the internet coins, got distracted. That would have been, after that pump, if you were then to see Zcash and LTC and ETC and Filecoin start ripping, that would be a top signal to me, but that didn't happen. So that's why this is super interesting and just kind of following them. So Zcash obviously been following LTC, kind of it's been strong as of late. Dash also one. Dash looks like there's a lot of crime going on. So let's wait for Dash is definitely one to follow too. This looks nice. Filecoin, no doubt, has been probably the one that I've been the most intrigued by, because Filecoin's one of those markets that, especially the bull run way back, it's almost like, sounds stupid. Most people know like the price doesn't really mean anything in crypto because of market cap and supply. Because of supply, that's the reason. Retail, like I say, as a trader, it's like, oh, me going to buy something that's $2. Like I'd rather buy, Filecoin at $2 than Litecoin at $100. But there's a very real possibility that Litecoin could do a 10x, where Filecoin only does a 2x. So there's really nothing to do with price. But the reason I'm saying that, though, is that folks who are new to crypto, price does its psychological thing. We're like, hey, I'd rather go to this one that's moving, that's cheaper, which kind of helps the Filecoin narrative, especially from just this move here. And Filecoin also too can layer in your decentralized storage system. It's like, oh, it's your AWS of crypto, however you want to spin it, whatever your KOL is saying, or whoever's marketing it. It checks all the boxes for me of one of those markets that I would be looking to move to follow, like a Zcash. Zcash looks like a double top, by the way, low key. So Filecoin, the only one why I'm sharing this one here is because I've been tracking it on my Twitter more than other tokens. A lot of selling pressure here after this big move up. Filecoin, I think, does this, moving the twos, and then breaks this downtrend. If not, it could dip below $2. If it's not, come back above $2 quickly, I think it's done. But still bullish on this token, just based on the broader markets that are moving. We need to call out XRP. XRP has performed very well as of late. It's stronger than the others, and XRP levels super easy here. Just right across market order levels. This is like 260, 262-ish. So until XRP is back above there, like that's the lower time frame bullish, but really need to get up here. XRP needs to get back above 286. Let's call it here. Remember, mark the level from October 10th, which is really here. 280. There's also a downtrend here. Very clear downtrend. This is my very expertise TA. Let's do this. I know there's so many people love the XRP. Here we go. All right, so XRP, you want to be up here. You want to be out in this region. I don't think I have a way to draw this really well. Let's see. I can do this. Here we go. You want to be up there. You want to be in the blue box. You want to be in the blue box. Once you're in the blue box, then you start talking about these numbers up here. But until then, You need to get back above 280, like just, or at least, I'm sorry, at least down here, where the 270s. So I zoom in. This looks nice. This probably has one of the strongest bounces from the lows. Because if you notice the other tokens, like Solana went down here and formed a double bottom like here, like this. Let's say it came down here. Now let's do this, like that. Where XRP never came down that low. And this move is almost like what we're waiting for, possibly for Sol and others to move, because it almost like acted as a bigger move down. Now, alternatively, as I'm looking at this, maybe this is a very big bull trap right here, and this will do something bigger. But I honestly think, just based on this, if we get that next move down, that XRP probably holds on better and does something like this. XRP finds a higher low here, like at 230, while the other markets pull back further. So 260 is the first level to flip, and then once you get above 280, very bullish, but at resistance right now, very clearly at resistance, and here too. Oh, the 1 hour candles just closed, and they are absolutely ugly. Let's go to Bitcoin, and then we will do chart requests. No, I still have to cover some other ones. I'm sorry. I gotta show everyone the key charts. These are the ones you need to be following. But I want to go to Bitcoin here. Let's just go to this really quick and look at this 1 hour candle. This 1 hour candle, ew. Look at that. So how to read this candle is, because there's 3 components of the candle. I don't want to, we'll do it real quick. I need a cleaner one. Let's go to so actually I don't have time. So price opens, it starts here where it opens from the previous candle, because every candle gets locked in, like in history, after this is an hourly chart. So these candles are frozen in time, they're done. Price started at 106, went as high as is the wick up here, 107, and price came all the way back. Sorry, actually opened down. Yeah, all the way back down to 1059. And so this entire thing, it's almost like the word is retraced, where like it made a big move and then came all the way back. Now, if you zoom in, this looks very nasty. Price went all the way up and then came all the way back to right where it was. It's almost like this was an entirely fake move. This was look super strong. People are probably super bullish. Like, I'm going to chase this candle. Look how big and green this candle is. This has not been, we haven't seen a green candle this big since, what's this? Not yesterday. It's not going to walk. Okay. This move was a very strong move for today. Like since we sold off this morning, this was a nice move up and it completely retraced. So with that said, this is a nasty 1 hour candle. If you look at this candle right here and look back on the chart to try to find when that last time we had a 1 hour candle like that, well, it's kind of there. Kind of nasty there. Wow. Oh, here's one. October 12th. Great. That's not a good day. It's not a great candle. But it kind of plays right into the what we're thinking. Like, I'm not going to be shocked if Bitcoin comes back down below 99K. I'm not. You shouldn't be either. Shouldn't be. This looks like it wants to come down. There's a 3 hour chart. Here's a 1 hour chart. Should not be shocked. I'm not saying too short right here. I'm just saying don't be shocked. Okay, a couple more, and then I gotta go and take some requests. All right, hype. Hype is super strong. Let's pass on hype. Right now, the thing that you should be paying attention to is your perp dexes, which is hype, Aster, and now what we're adding to the mix is DeFi, your exchanges. I have a list for exchanges here somewhere. DeFi. It was 1 inch strong. No, the ones we were looking at were Uni. Look at this beast. Uni is so strong right now. Wow. Oh my goodness. Yo. These are alt season things. If you're out there way up there, these are alt season green flags. We need confluence from other markets, but these are the kind of things you want to see. So this level 555, like roughly for Uniswap, has been a big support since for years. And this nice bounce after this big, obviously massive liquidation candle from the 10th, this is just great. This is the type of strength that I'd want to see. And I tweeted the other day, it was like, hey, you have my attention. I was for Filecoin. Wait for strength. Like these candles, like now it's like, hey, I should pay attention to this chart. If I haven't seen these types of candles, like why would I pay attention? Like it needs proof that it's like has a pulse. So this would be nice for Uniswap, pull back into $8-7. But the way these older tokens are moving, I wouldn't be shocked if this thing just went sideways while the rest of the market saw what they want to do, and then it continues up. So Uniswap definitely there. The other one we were looking at too was Arrow, one of our favorites. I know Miss Arrow, super nice move from the lows here as well. Wow. Yo, so DeFi. So the DeFi world, if DeFi gets bullish, that's that. And to me, and Bitcoin stabilizes and stocks just continue being stocks, whatever. That's like the recipe for me for, I would say, okay, let's talk about an alt season, because DeFi is the foundation of everything that we do in crypto from a transactional standpoint, like how you interact. DeFi is there. So if your exchanges, like your DEXs, like these are decentralized exchanges, are getting bullish. Now Arrow has more than just that, but like that's a good sign. Like I don't want Arrow trading back below 90 cents again right now. Like you don't want Arrow down here. Don't want Arrow down here. Like, we talk about like revisit some of these markets revisiting their lows. I don't think Arrow makes that move. I know Arrow has made some really crappy moves back earlier this year, but like painful ones for folks. But this was look at this, broke a downtrend. I'm like, yeah, this to me, this is your entry. Anywhere from like $1.10. If you want to get long with Arrow, $1.10 down to 95 cents. Invalidation down here below 90 cents. I just realized I wasn't recording this. Here we go. Yeah, that's it. That's that. All right. Now we're going to look for charts. I apologize. And we'll do this really quick. And then I got to go. Okay. We're going to do, now freaking TikTok is gaslighting me, saying, are you still here? Okay. All right. So I see Ondo. Yo, remember we were getting condos for Ondo? Oh, we got some squiggles here. Ondo got crushed. Yeah, this here. This is where we wanted this higher low, because this would have made this like McDonald's, this big W, like this. Love that shape. This was a nasty break. So let me clear all this out. Here is your level. 80 cents. That 81 cents, that's the first level that you want to get back above, because that's where things broke down. Ondo may take a while. It's really unfortunate, because I was super excited for all the RWAs. Like Ondo's going to be fine. Obviously, Ondo's going to be fine. If crypto does crypto things, Ondo's going to be fine. Why am I drawing with red lines? It's really annoying. I don't know. Ondo just it's kind of boring. I don't really have a good read on Ondo right now. I don't, if I'm being honest. I mean, I could argue this is a good time of dollar cost average. If this is a project like, hey, you're looking to buy Ondo for long term because it's backed by BlackRock or whatever the relationship is. I gotta defer to the experts on the Rise Up Morning Show, which you should stop by tomorrow morning to check out at 8 a.m. Eastern. Yeah, this just needs to get back above that level, 81 cents. Until then, who knows? This thing can just keep grinding down. Yeah. Okay. All right. What do we got here? I'm on the TikTok. I see. Yo, what's up, John, on the TikTok? I know. Let's do DOT. Very unlikely, but ideal short area for DOT. I saw this last time. I don't want to pull that up. Yo. Ew, man. It's crazy. DOT made a move the other day, and it was like everyone's like, "What is going on?" But really, if you zoom out, it's like nothing. All right. DOT. Same story. Where do we lose? We're on October 10th. Here you go. $4. Called $4. Make it easy. Got to get it back above $4. Can't even consider being bullish until it's back up here. DOT could just go sideways for the entire forever. I'm just giving you the worst case scenario, but like, or just slowly bleed off, but needs to get back above there. I will say this has one of the nicest. This was a very nice move, very nice bounce. This candle, this 1 hour candle, this 12-hour candle, nasty. I'm kind of forming a double top here. I would expect if DOT has a chance of being bullish with crypto, I think DOT, you don't want DOT below. I think you can go down here, like 285, maybe 280. No, I don't even want to go that far. I think a good spot to bid DOT is between $3 and 280. Yeah. Don't want DOT down here. This move was already nasty, and this was a nice bounce up. Because if this completely retraces back here, then I think DOT's dead. So fine right now, but I think still have some more time. Something like this and like that. It may still be weeks before we recover. Like we could like something like this. I could see this and then this. I mean, I don't know. Dutch got an ETF. Yeah, the ETFs and the macro news. To me, those are just kind of there's so much of it that I think for the most part, it doesn't affect short-term price action. It's one of those things of like, hey, DOT's approved for an ETF. Let's assume that it is. I'm not questioning that you have there. That you wouldn't start seeing like money flow in for a while. It's like a lagging effect. Like that's giving you kind of guidance that, hey, at some point they'll see some liquidity flow through these markets. And it's bullish in general, obviously, but isn't enough to move the needle out of the gate to get people excited. What's funny is DOT, if I go way back, was probably when I was using Mersari for a lot of the data and analytics. When I was following more of the portfolio type stuff, I used to track like hedge fund managers and these VCs, like what their portfolios were. I swear all of them had DOT. And I liked DOT back in the day. And I have nothing against DOT now, but just like DOT's not really moving. Unlike, your other markets, like an Aster. Let's pull up Aster really quick. Oh, Aster got cooked over there. If Aster gets back above $1.25, this thing will move. It's clearly resistance. Yeah. But Aster above $1.22, this thing should send all the way up here. Nice move. But until then, maybe it's something like this. Crypto will present itself when it's ready. When it's clear, the signs will be there. So yeah. Okay. Any last requests? I have to jump. Do one more because I'm tired and yeah, Zcash will come back, and Zcash, those things will be short-lived. Let's just do this. We're going to do something new here. Let's do a very, very fast. I'm going to go through the list really fast, see if I like anything. Nope, nope. So it's the same. Sui looks the same as AVAX. Hype looks good. Hype looks also a little bearish, actually. ADA, boring. HBAR, not so boring. BCH, interesting. LTC, what is this? No way. I never use these. Look at that. Huh. LTC actually looks okay. MNT, don't care. SHIB, meh. Not bad. Crow, nah. TON, boring. Nope. Dot, okay, we just looked at XMR, insanely bullish, but also too just swept these highs from back in May. Monero is a unique project. I'd stick with the dinos, but privacy theme. Wow, Uni is so strong. Uni is one of the strongest markets, hands down. Why is WLFI bullish? WLFI, which is the Trump DeFi. What's Trump doing? The token itself. What? Melania? Melanie? Oh my gosh. Why are these awake? World Liberty Financial, Trump token, and Melania. Noted, not implying anything, but that's interesting. This also could be an exit. Yo, look at these candles. Look at this sell-off. And then this. Insane. There's so much nonsense happening behind the scenes here. Do not try to trade these things. Like, oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. All right. Back to my list here. Where we're going. Crow, Naton, no, dot, okay. XMR passed that well. OKB, nope. Aave fell. I found this chart. This is nice. Aave is definitely one we're going to watch. Aave is your other DeFi play. I'm going to put an alert here. I like Aave above 250. ENA got crushed. Also looking for a bounce. Okay, fine. Boring right now. Pepe, boring. BGB, boring. By the way, this list I pulled from CoinMarketCap, and I used ChatGPT to go to CoinMarketCap and then create me a trading view list that I could import. So I had them all in order at a given time of size of market cap. So I'm kind of going directionally from largest market to smallest. Near's been very strong too. Put that aside. Tau, super nice market, absolutely nasty rejection. Tau's going to be fine, but feeling some pain. We just did Aster. IP, nope. ETC, meh. Ondo, we just did Ondo. Wild token, nope. Pole, sad. This is going to be fine though, by the way. Polymarket's going to be Polymarket. Oh my gosh. Polygon, like the chain, Polygon, the underlying tech that's there. Polygon's going to be fine. Polygon needs to get back above 25 cents to start 20 cents. ICP is super strong. Looking for some type of clarity of a bottom here on this big pullback after this really, really nice move. Keep an eye on it. ARB, sad, boring, disappointing. Zcash, super strong. We did that. Meme Core, I have no idea what this is. Super bullish. I've been trying to figure out what this is. But right now I see a double top right here. This is probably going to come back down here like this. Yeah, cool. All right. Pump. Oh, wow. Yo, Pump. There's a couple markets that you, again, not financial advice at all. Pump is gonna be fine. Pump is one of those ones you're, love it or hate it. Basically, you could argue that contributions and mass extraction of capital the last 6 months is memes are going to live, right? They're not going anywhere. So this is going to do fine. Pump is definitely one you want to keep an eye on and have position. Pi, weird. Don't care about right now. Pangu got crushed. Pangu, it's going to bounce at some point. VeChain, sad. Atom, sad. These all look the same. Algo, sip iced tea. Algo looks actually pretty good. Algo is gonna. We need to do a deep dive on Algo. This looks kind of nice. Flare, don't care. Render, weak, boring. Say, what do you say? Nah. boring right now. Bonk is also going to be fine. We like Bonk as well. Bonk is going to be one that's on the watch list. Need to put an alert down here on Bonk. Cool. Okay. Filecoin. We like Filecoin. We're looking for an entry. We covered that earlier. XPL. This has been the saddest disaster, whatever the hell this thing is. Was fun for a little bit, exploring a new chain, I got to say. But right now, this looks super sad. Boring. Sky. I have no idea what you are. Boring. Trump. Nope. Cake. This and my boy Bougie. Shout out Bougie. Gave me a heads up on this one earlier. I forgot about. Cake is also up there with Uniswap. We need to be watching Cake. Cake is the Binance, the Uniswap of Binance. Cake is where you buy, it's a DEX where you used to buy memes back in the day on PancakeSwap. But yeah, this is nice. Definitely one of the stronger markets to pay attention to. SPX, meme coin, that kind of died. Jupe has, I think, more volume. Like if you're on Solana, you're basically, there's almost impossible to not touch Jupe on a daily basis. Jupe has sucked price wise for a while, but like this thing's we gotta make a portfolio here. Maybe we'll make some type of mock portfolio, but like just the ones to have in your basket. Like it's like, hey, if I had to pick 10 charts, 10 markets, which ones would I have some exposure to? Jupe is definitely one of those, especially where it is right now. We need to put an alert here. We're gonna watch that one too. IMX, meh. Don't GT anywhere. FET. Oh my gosh, hold on. By the way, if FET and some of these AI tokens start getting crazy, that's also a bullish sign. This is a nice bounce from the lows. FET looks okay. XTC, all right, not bad. OP, sad. STX, sad. Injective, sad. LDO, okay, fine watch. DX, I don't know what this is. DEXE, nah. CRV, Dinocoin, meh. Sad, don't care. Arrow, super strong. We reviewed this earlier. Oh my gosh, I'm looking at the weekly chart for Arrow. Looks bullish. Floki, boring. Pith, which is the chain link of Solana. Sad, but necessary tech. This will be fine at some point. As of right now, I don't care about it. Wait for it till it's above 12 cents. ETHFi, don't know what this is. I should know these things by now. Looks pretty strong. GRT looks nice. Okay. What's up with this? Still needs to get back above 80 cents. But GRT, we're going to add you to our watch list. Okay, cool. KAIA, I don't know what you are. Okay, fine. Nasty sell-off. Sonic, I feel this is, an Andre special. I think Sonic's going to be fine at some point. Right now, it's all right, but going to keep an eye on Sonic. Nexo, don't care. Pendle, meh. ENS, one of my also favorite dinos. This is the Ethereum domain, Ethereum name service, which where the Ethereum domains live. This also is one that I usually considers like an ETH beta, where if ETH moves, these are eventually move. Ray, this is Jupe, Bucket, IOTA, meh. All right, I think we went through, that's like 99 charts. I should do memes really quick. Whiff, dead. Farcoin, Some Life, Brett, dead. Toshi, dead. Useless, bouncing, but Useless is a very, very, very manipulated token. Useless could, I don't know. There you go. There's Useless. Mog, dead. Turbo, dead for now. Mew, dead for now. Popcat, sad, dead. Peanut, dead. Melania is awake. Why? Oh my gosh, I don't know what this means. I don't know. Why does Melania look better than any of these other Moon? It looks better than Moon Dang. Troll, dead. Book of Memes, dead. Giga, dead. Near, oh, so sad. AI16Z, the market's gone. It's not even on TradingView anymore. At least this one. NPC. Interesting. This one's good. This one looks good. Why? I don't know. NPC looks good. Degen, sad. Chill guy, sad. Nub. Not bad. Fog. Oh, so sad. Some other popular markets I've listed here too. Virtuals looks very good. We're going to tag that as a positive. Virtuals is bullish. SNX, shady crime happening here. This was a massive pump and then a sell-off. That's shady. Don't know how to say that. Manta, boring, form, dead, Gala, sad. Gaming needs to come back. GTA 6, ruining everyone's lives. Ordi, nah, AIOZ, boring. Maybe some type of squeeze down here eventually. Hopefully finding a lows. I'll put an alert on for that. Not bullish. GMX, this project had so much potential way back in the day. Meh. DYDX, dead. And then that's it. The rest of these are too small. Okay. I went way over. I just did a lot. I appreciate those who have hung around. Next week, we will be back with the full team here. Let me stop sharing my screen, and then we'll with Will. He'll be back, and he'll keep me in check and giving me other context that I'm missing. He'll pull up some charts, and we'll kind of give you the guidance that we can give just in these very unique times. 2025 has been a very challenging year, but there are areas to trade. Just got to wait to find them. So as of right now, wait till tomorrow. I see crypto trying to recover after a nasty 1 hour candle, but no rush. You're in no rush. Your goal is to survive and wait for signs that it's game on. So I'm going to go drink some tea because I'm going to lose my voice and I have to go to work tomorrow. So I appreciate everyone stopping by. Thank you. And stop by tomorrow at the Rise Up morning show at 8 a.m. Eastern. So be kind, be curious, and remember the price is on the can. That's it. That's all I got. Okay, everybody. Have a good night. Goodbye.